Hi there. In this video, I'm going to teach you about how you can join two tables. In this example, I am working with the COVID data of the city, NYC Health. This is the GitHub that they are providing all the COVID information, and you can go to this menu here and download the zip folder of everything. So all these content is going to be downloaded in a zip folder. Move that zip folder to your parent folder in your for your files, and then after moving to your layers folder, in this case, this is for my layers folder, NYC. I created a folder for COVID, and then this is my zip folder, and then what you want to do is extracting this file as extract file. So now I have an extracted folder that has all those contents. What are those contents? One thing that you learned about that is there you can import a CSV file, a CSV table to your map. And now this is a CSV. You can see that these are COVID data that I have it. I have the data by modified zip code tabulation area. One thing that you want to pay attention is the field type of each of these fields. This one, for example, is the ID of the modified zip code areas. And as you can see, these are integers. So these are numbers, as well as these. This one, for example, is double, which is decimal number. So that's the table, the CSV table. In this file that we downloaded, also there is a folder named Geography Resources, and there you have a folder named Modified Zip Code Tabulation Area. That's the layer that the city has cleaned up and is using it for zip code area. If I open the attribute table of this layer, you can see that we have the IDs for zip code areas, and there's a label. The IDs, if you just again do the same thing here, this is the string file, a string field, meaning that this field has characters, not integers. You can also see that because it is aligned to the left side, and that's a text. If it was aligned to the right side, you would know that this is probably a number or numerical field. Um, so here we have the same field that shows the ID for each of these polygons. So basically, in both of these tables, the table of the COVID data, I have a field that has the ID of the zip code areas. Also in the table that has the map, this one, I have the ID. So basically, I have matching IDs here. So technically, I can just say, for example, this one is 10001. I can go to the COVID table and find that row, it is here, and grab all of those COVID information and bring them and put them side by side in this map, in the table of this map. Then I would have basically my COVID, I can map my COVID data, right? So that would be very valuable. This is a one-to-one join, meaning that every single row will match to one row in in this table only if there is a matching value in the common field. So we have a common field in those two tables. In two tables, we have a common field, and we are going to use them. In ArcGIS, you will have problem with joining a numerical field to a string or text field. In QGIS just can handle that seamlessly. Um, but in case you had that problem and you wanted to solve that problem, it is easy. I can go to my field calculator in QGIS and say this is my zip code tabulation area, and this is integer field, and I'm going to say this is integer, and I'm going to um, ca calculate my modified zip code tabulation area field in here. So you have basically exactly the same values, but these values are integers. These values are string, these values are integers. In case you had problem with different data types, um, and you wanted to match those, you can always do that matching. For joining these two tables, we are going to the properties of the layer, and we are going to find the join in that layer. Which layer? This layer is the host layer because we are bringing all the information to this layer. So we call the information guest, and we call this layer a host. So in the host layer, we right click on the host layer, we go to the join, and I'm going to add a join here. The join layer or join table is coming from the CSV file. We need to identify what is the matching field. In this case, the modified zip code um, in this is in the CSV, and the target field in the other one, which is the map, the table of the map. We have that, and then I'm going to say create join layer in memory. No, we want to um, just have it. I don't exactly know what that does, so it would be nice if I could tell you. Here, enable join, so editable join layer. We don't want joined fields. So here we can see which fields we want to add. If I don't select, everything will be added. And then here you can have custom prefix. For example, first start this by data by modified something, and then add others. I'm going to say just no prefix. Um, and then OK, the join is here. I'm going to open my attribute table. Remember that this layer only had 2 fields. Now it has all the fields of the COVID data here. The software goes and grabs the data for every row and puts side by side. So we have COVID values. If I use identify for one of these, now I can see that I have values of COVID data for each of these. This join is not a permanent join. It is a temporary join. So if I remove this layer and come back, the join gonna be won't be there. So in order to make this join permanent, you can go to export and save feature as a new layer, and then saying that I want to create a new Esri shape file, and I'm going to call this modified. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going this shape. This is SHP. .shp. Good. So I'm saying that duplicate that layer, but when you are duplicating also you are making the fields permanent. Good. And I'm going back to my table of that. You can see that you have the same field, but the fields are truncated because in shapefile you cannot keep more than 13 characters. So that's a little bit unfortunate, and you're gonna have to keep that table and remember what every single um, field is, or going back to your CSV, opening your CSV in Excel, giving them some short names, and then making sure that the names are under 13 character, and then when you are joining you won't have this problem. There is a solution for that. The solution is I'm not working with this permanent folder. I'm always working with the joined data. So I have my joined here. I have this is my join, um, and I can keep that in a project. And whenever I come to this project, I can use that. I can even use that for creating a different symbology. So for example, I'm going to use graduated colors for example, COVID case rate, and then applying that to classify, applying that to my fields, and then here is my COVID rate map. So this was table join. Yeah, I hope that helps.